date asked you how much you weigh?
Ask him how much his mama weigh.
All new Family Feud.
You can open a Sagicor Bank savings account from anywhere. Go online and open yours today.
The time by Sagicor Bank is
7 o'clock.
CVM News at 7 Wednesday, courtesy of
Your Love Lives On with life insurance from Sagicor.
Tonight in CVM News at 7, Election Watch. We check the pulse of the Caribbean. Mayor Joel Williams to remain chairman of the Clarendon Municipal Corporation, and Jubilee Market reopens. Street vendors relocated inside. In the business report, Jamaica's ascent to investment grade status. We're also living the life with Curlin Brown. While in sports, Jamaica takes historic step in pickleball. From Kingston, Jamaica, it's Wednesday, February 5, 2025. Thanks for making it CVM News at 7. I'm Nika Lewis. Mayor Joel Williams will remain chairman of the Clarendon Municipal Corporation despite PNP calls for his resignation. The PNP, which won the Annan Town Division last year, argued it should lead the corporation after securing the popular vote, mirroring the Kingston and St. Andrew tie in February. Britannia Witter has more.
The Attorney General's Chambers has advised that Joel Williams, the Mayor of Maypen and representative of the Jamaica Labour Party JLP, will continue to serve as the chairman of the Clarendon Municipal Corporation, despite a tie following the November 2024 by-election. The announcement was made by Minister of Local Government and Community Development Desmond McKenzie during Wednesday's post-cabinet briefing. The by-election held to fill the seat after the passing of JLP councillor Marjorie MacLeod McFarlane ended in a deadlock, with both the JLP and the People's National Party securing 11 seats each in the municipal corporation following the PNP's win in the Annan Town Division. The PNP called for Williams' resignation, suggesting that the tie-in seats and their superior popular vote warranted a change in leadership.
Our position is that with an equality in the number of councillors at the Maypen Parish Council, Municipal Corporation as they're called now, and the PNP having won the popular vote in the parish in the February elections, but also even more so with this by-election now, the right and proper and principal thing is for the existing mayor to step down and to allow democracy to prevail and to have the PNP councillors choose a mayor.
Minister of Local Government and Community Development Desmond McKenzie sought the advice of the government's lawyer, the Attorney General AG, and the Solicitor General to clarify the matter.
I wish to quote the response of these learned legal officers. Where there is a tie in the political representation following a by-election, the person who occupies the chair as chairperson before the by-election remains as the chairperson after the by-election.
Additionally, McKenzie explains that the legal advisory cited provisions in the Local Governance Act under which circumstance a mayor can be removed.
Clause 19 of the Act states that the tenure of the chairperson of a municipal corporation lasts from one local government election to the next. The only way in which that chairperson can be removed between island-wide local government election is if a no confident motion supported by the majority of all councillors in the municipality no sooner than 12 months after the date of the last local government election.
Based on legislation, the AG concluded that
is that the chairman of the municipal corporation is Worship the Mayor, Councillor Joel Williams, continues as the mayor. The deputy mayor of the Clarendon Municipal Corporation, Councillor Clive Mundell, remain as the deputy mayor.
the minister also noted that the act was passed in Parliament under a PNP government. He added that with this now made clear, he expects that the disruptions in the Clarendon municipality will cease. Britannia Wito, CVM News.
The public health system is under scrutiny again after a Clarendon woman alleges her father spent some 3 days and nights waiting for treatment at the Maypen Hospital before her rowdy intervention. Despite eventually getting some attention, the woman says it took him falling from the chair and rapidly worsening before the staff found him a bed.
Many Jamaicans have mixed feelings about hospitals, holding the power to restore life and limb, while also capable of inflicting pain and suffering from cases of alleged neglect and death. The latter is what this woman, Andrea Archibald, who identified herself as an elderly patient's daughter, is hoping to avert.
My father get admitted over here from Saturday, and from then carry him come, then put him in a one chair in a passage, then put a one jeep on him. And when he drip done, they take off his jeep and then not give him back no more jeep. In the panic chair from Saturday until today. And when he come in, every minute them pass, him go and then not up. One doctor say, Sunday when me come, one doctor say me must pay for the one test. My mother come over here and he pay for the test. And he have the paper. Me see same doctor will tell me say if you do it, my father if you do it test, me give him a paper yesterday. He said, all right, he might come attend to my father.
She alleges it continued this way for days without medical care until her mother visited and a series of unfortunate events were said to have occurred.
When my mother called me this morning, and my mother come and turn up on her way to visiting hours, when he look in, see my father drop out a chair way in her. My mother get some help and take him up and put him in a wheelchair. And when my mother call me and me come over here, me go see same doctor. When me give paper to, me say to him, say me come back again. He say yes, he soon go attend to me. Me say to him, he said, Doc, he will me left my father yesterday and come back over here and I saw him look. My father not respond to nothing where we say. Me go there and me call my father yeah now open.
It was there, motionless, that she sprang into action, demanding attention with a roar. She says that's when the nurses and the doctors found him a bed and provided care, whilst also demanding the relatives to leave the hospital. That's when our news team was summoned. Despite the uncertainty of her father's state up to Tuesday, she knew one thing to be her experience. Her father, like others there too, was in dire need of care in a more timely way.
The only thing in doctor them a pass. Phone, up and down. And you know, you them a call nothing. Yesterday a young man come there and I feel pain. And I have 2 pills in my beg them. And the nurse go in, and when you come to the nurse and I tell the nurse, say, doctor say if you get 2 pills. The nurse says who come and go about the business. Not even, the young man say, cause and wall it up a door and left gone a yard. A foolish them a go on it over here, so.
Adrian Williams reporting for CVM News.
CVM Television is strengthening our island connections across the region, bringing you closer to the stories that shape the Caribbean. From crime and the economy to climate change, our nations share common challenges, driving similar trends in politics. With Jamaica gearing up for its own election, all eyes are now on Turks and Caicos, where voters head to the polls this Friday, February 7. And here at CVM TV, we've got something special in the works. Our reporter Ramon Gordon will tell us more.
The political stage across the Caribbean is heating up, with at least 10 nations gearing up for high-stakes electoral battles. This week, all eyes are on the Turks and Caicos Islands, where a fierce face-off is set between Premier Washington Messick of the Progressive National Party (PNP) and opposition leader Edwin Andre Astwood. We're 385 miles away, yet still, Jamaica and TCI are grappling with strikingly similar issues: crime, skyrocketing cost of living, infrastructure woes, and economic concerns dominating the campaign trail. Now let's hear from Premier Missick at a recent national debate.
It hasn't been easy, but we've done the right thing by our people. We rescued the economy. We put money in their pockets when they needed it. This is about speaking to our record and not the rhetoric.
Bullish on the economy, he's campaigning for what would be a historic 5-year term under new legislation. Sound familiar?
Everything you hear critical of the government. Okay, but not one criticism can stand against the government's management of the economy.
Like Prime Minister Holness, Missick is forward-thinking on tourism, climate change, infrastructure and crime. Notably, former Jamaican Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey is currently serving as TCI's acting police commissioner. However, much like in Jamaica, the opposition is skeptical.
Honorable Premier is not aware of the crime in your community. The Honorable Premier is not aware of how you have to work 2 and 3 jobs to take care of your children. He doesn't know about those problems. So how do you expect someone who doesn't know about your problems to know how to fix it?
Let's explore that parallel.
Just a few months, Nika, this vote in the Turks and Caicos could offer some key insights into what's at stake here for us at home. I'll be on the ground, of course, bringing you exclusive coverage every step of the way. Stay tuned. I can't wait to bring you along the journey.
I want to come, Ramon. And just a reminder to our viewers that Ramon will be our person on the ground in the Turks and Caicos Islands, where he will provide comprehensive coverage of the polling activities. We, of course, invite you to stay tuned to our newscasts and social media platforms for all the updates. Thanks, Ramon. So CVM News at 7 will continue in just a moment.
Need auto insurance? Advantage General puts you in the driver's seat. With Advantage General Online, you've got the green light to request a quote, get insurance, submit claims, even pay your premiums online. Go from 0 to insured in 10 minutes.
All done.
Advantage General, a member of Sagicor Group Jamaica.
Join my private room. Only $1,000 for a grand time.
That I know me. We never said that. But who going to believe me?
That is correct. $4,350,000. Yes, go ahead. $4 million? I never approved that.
Yes, me go doctor tomorrow. So me have to get the money today, no longer. Then no me face that. We never make no record or beg nobody no money.
Deepfakes are AI-generated images and videos made to look and sound like people we know and trust. They're used to spread misinformation, destroy reputations, and are used to commit fraud and scams. Don't fall victim to deepfakes. Protect yourself. For more information, visit broadcastingcommission.org or scan the QR code on screen.
Welcome back. Now to this follow-up. The St. Catherine South Police have managed to detain a suspect in relation to the fatal stabbing of a teen in Portmore, St. Catherine on Monday. Police say the manhunt lasted some 17 hours and spanned 3 parishes. What began as a friendly engagement for the teen and his cronies in a section of Nagas Head, Portmore, St. Catherine, soon ended in bloodshed. Head of the St. Catherine South Police, Acting Senior Superintendent Leighton Gray, shares the details.
We had the murder of one Aiden Williams, Andre, he's 18 years old, He's from Greater Portmore. He was with friends along Manley Lane in Nagwized, Portmore, St. Catherine yesterday. There was a dispute among them, and Williams was stabbed yesterday by one of his friends.
He was taken to hospital but succumbed to his injuries. That friend has since been identified and detained, but not without a full 17-hour manhunt and some persuasion.
With swift action by the police and the in-depth investigation and credible intelligence, the investigators were able to track down the suspect. And with support from credible source, he decided to surrender to the police. I must say that he eventually surrendered after negotiation, and he was subsequently taken into custody. He is presently in custody at the Greater Portmore Police Station, and he will be interviewed by the investigators in relation to this murder which occurred yesterday, and thereafter the charges will be laid.
So far, the police say he has been cooperating. The St. Andrews South Police Division is celebrating the capture of its most wanted men during a police operation in the corporate area. Adrian Williams has the details.
Major feat for the Jamaica Constabulary Force was on Tuesday made with the apprehension of one of St. Andrews' most wanted men, Dino Sutherland, otherwise called Bertie. Commanding officer for the St. Andrews South Division, Superintendent Damian Manderson, gave the update.
Well, we can confirm that we have in our safe custody one Dino Sutherland, also goes by the name Bertie. He is a top-tier member of the 440 Balcom Drive, a gang that operates out of that era. He has been one who has been causing mayhem, being a nuisance in that community relative to the spate of murders and shootings and the gang activities affecting that space, especially throughout the month of January of this year.
The operation was a joint effort with the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch, CTOC. Manderson says Sutherland has been eluding the police since he has popped up on their radar in late 2024.
We have launched several operations against him within that space. On one particular occasion, the team highlighted him fleeing from them, jumping fences, going through windows and all such. But we managed this time, of course, to get hold of him.
But Sutherland was not alone.
He was held in the company of at least 6 other males and a female. They also are going through the rigors with our detectives. I know up to late last night, those procedures were ongoing, and we're continuing those even until today. And so we continue that because, of course, we want to know their role. We want to know what role they play, not just in housing him, but in terms of the gang conflict in of itself. And I know, of course, that we're making some headways in that regard.
The wanted man has been moving around since a fallout with a gang he was previously affiliated with.
Bertie has come to our attention since late 2024 with the upsurge in activities in that Balcom Drive era. He would have fallen out of grace with some of his own cronies in the Samarkand era and took up residence in 440 Drive, of course, being one of the key influencers and shooters for the Mark Harrison-led 440 gang.
The security forces continue to nab wanted men amid an intensified fight against the gangs. Adrian Williams for CVM News.
In other news now, the newly renovated Jubilee Commercial Centre officially reopened on Wednesday, aiming to give street vendors in downtown Kingston a fresh start with a more structured area to do business. With the details, here's Shante McNeil.
For years, street vendors along Orange Street in downtown Kingston have spilled onto sidewalks and sometimes even the road, setting up makeshift stalls to earn a living. It's been a long-standing challenge for both pedestrians and motorists, but that may now be a thing of the past. 40 vendors have been relocated to the newly renovated Jubilee Commercial Centre, formerly Jubilee Market, offering them a cleaner, more organized space to do business. At Wednesday's official reopening, Kingston's Mayor Andrew Swaby addressed the vendors.
I don't want nobody like get inside there, come up on the road. Right? Because what we are trying to do, we are trying to keep you sterile. So don't tell me they don't have no competition. Right? So I remind you all that because we discussed those things already. See some people now smile like I first time I hear it. You know what I mean? And lastly, don't bother come here and take it and then go re-rent it, because that can't work neither.
He also outlined the facility's regulations.
You're required to sign a lease agreement with the KCMC. And also, remember, you're also required to connect with JPS. The pay-as-you-go thing. Remember we discussed all of that? Yeah. Because we KCMC can pay the little small money when I pay now. We can't pay JPS. And that's why we really consider the rate, whatever I'm paying. At a fee, we can get our fee and you get a fee.
One vendor who received the keys to her new stall is beaming with joy.
So many here in the market burn out, so just come inside back and reopen. Feel so great about it. They got thanks.
For other street vendors, like Maureen Cunningham, the move is welcomed. She's eager to secure her spot.
I've been comfortable to see, and I wouldn't mind I get a stall inside here. I'll live on the street, I can manage it running up and down from the police. I swear, I cannot manage it. I'm 56 years old and I can manage it running up and down. So, when everything Papa said, I wouldn't mind get a stall inside here.
As vendors settle into their new space, Mayor Swaby is encouraging them to form a market committee with appointed representatives to liaise with the municipality. Shante McNeil, CVM News.
There's more CVM News at 7 right after this break.
Gary and DeMario Promotions in association with Magnum Tonic Wine presents It's Gary's Birthday, Saturday, February 8th at Tranquility Gardens, Duns River Park. Music by Bass and DC and Britain's legendary roots rocking reggae selector David Rodigan. Admission $50 US, VIP $100 US. Gates open 5 p.m. Sponsored by Magnum, Black Brothers Construction Limited and Party City Mandeville, Manchester. Gary's birthday celebration, February 8th, Tranquility Gardens, Duns River. You can't miss this. Must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Nardo. What going on, man? So you good? I've been here before. I can recall many nights up at Ewing, hungry a killer, but guess what? There was some saving grace, a beacon of light and hope. On this episode of Corner Office, we are about to find out more about who? Nardo. Who is Nardo? Where the man you come from? Guess what? Over Nardo where we reach now. Now pull up to a chair now. Meet us over front, Nardo. All right.
One love, one heart, let's get together and feel alright. Sound the bang! Sunrise celebrates a special morning fit for the king of reggae. We begin on the Marley soil. Miss Kitty takes us through culture and legacy. Then it's a Sunrise exclusive. You'll get a glimpse of some never-before-seen Bob Marley exhibitions. We'll wrap things up with some sweet tunes. You've never seen a sunrise quite like this.
Thanks for staying with us. It's now time for the Business Report with Joel Crosskill.
Lots to share with you in the business report today as we contemplate what life might be like in an economic environment that the median-aged Jamaican, at almost 33 years of age, would have not witnessed within their lifetimes, considering what Prime Minister Andrew Holness said relating to the rate of reduction in Jamaica's debt to GDP during his keynote address to the JSE 20th Regional Investment and Capital Markets Conference 2025.
In 2016, our debt to GDP was approximately 120%. Today, we are projecting that at the end of this fiscal year, in March 2025, we will be 68.8% debt to GDP. In 2016, our debt to GDP was approximately 120%. Today, we are projecting that at the end of this fiscal year, in March 2025, we will be 68.8% debt to GDP.
It's a development that Gregory Fisher, head of emerging markets, fixed income and wealth management at Jefferies, considers remarkable.
I've been coming down here for over 35 years. I've seen a lot, including the financial crisis, restructurings, and I don't say that lightly, that statement, that where Jamaica is considered now a safe haven credit. That has taken some real heavy lifting. The market is already pricing Jamaica at or near investment grade. And this part is important. Jamaica international bonds are behaving more like their investment grade counterparties these days than the rest of the emerging markets.
That interest was reflected locally as well, with a recent surge in business confidence to 149.3 points, just 2 points off its highest ever in 2019, and the highest it's been since COVID. Jason Morris, Executive Vice President and Chief Investment Officer at Cygnus Capital, during SCI's annual general meeting on January 29, confirmed a record financial performance, surpassing the US $10 million threshold in total investment income for the first time in its history.
Balance sheet summary, the firm has $72 million in equity, and of that amount, $60 million was in shareholders' capital. So we have basically $12 million in retained earnings, and with the recent $33 million capital raise for the preference share, it means that you're looking at $100 million company in terms of capital base. So I think, in short order, SCI, you could say, has equity capital of about $100 million, which would be the first. And the total asset of the firm, almost $200 million at 198.5, a new record.
Morris also provided insight into how the lower debt to GDP ratio has informed SCI's outlook.
At 70% and below, Jamaica is going to approach investment grade in the medium term. And what that means is that the cost of funding for businesses and entrepreneurship in Jamaica is going to go down. The hurdle rate to do an investment that will generate a positive return for entrepreneurs it's easier for them to meet it. And therefore, all of this translates into far more increased economic activity. For an economy to have fast-growing businesses, you need different forms of capital. And our form of capital is for companies that want to move fast and want flexibility. We provide speed and flexibility. So our plan is to deploy a lot of capital into Jamaica, which is why the United States Development Finance Corporation $10 million loan that we have, which is just a start, is dedicated to Jamaican businesses solely. And we intend over time, after we finish deploying that, to ramp that up substantially.
Interestingly, a look at beginner investor demographics globally identifies the average age of first-time stock market investors at 33 years. And that was your business report. I'm Joel Crosskill.
Well, ahead of the break, we are joined on set by the man from sports, Jordan Fort, for a preview of what's coming up in sports. Hi, Jordan.
Hi, Nika. Well, you know, the runs continue to flow in the Cricket West Indies Regional 4-Day Championship. I'll tell you more about that. Plus, did you know Jamaica had a pickleball team?
I didn't even know what pickleball was before the headlines.
You're going to find out more about that in sports.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jordan. Guess what? We will have significantly more to tell you after this break.
Anything for the taste of a KFC, big deal. The time by KFC is
7:30.
Do it for your best life. Go check your HIV status. So keep your life trending, no pretending. Me, I tell yourself, do it for you, do it for you. Every time you are link with a condom. Coulda Ozzy, coulda wife, coulda be a random. Condom connect and protect your profile. Be your own fan. Do it for your best life. Do it for your best life. Don't put yourself at risk. Condom connect every time. Do it for your best life.
We are back in the cut.
Why if you talk about we're back?
This I beg a early creed.
I'm just saying though.
Just saying.
You, how are you, man? Two is better than too many, yes. Lick me chip right so me say, yo, that me want to do.
People ask if we turn friend again. You link me, no G. I said, let's make bygones
be bygones. Deeper than that. Are you give me first big song? We not going under.
You spend as much time in the limelight as you spend behind bars. What was the darkest time?
We are ghetto youth and we have ego and I start me and I say, no, God have a any night. I couldn't me alone.
Straight for dinner and I make no ramping.
If you don't like Sizzler, you must love Shango.
Yo, that body. And if you even rate Jamie Foxx, you must rate Django.
One teach.
One mash.
The Cut is brought to you by Flow.
Welcome back. The end of 2024 to the 6th day in 2025 will go down as a period of mixed emotions for a Jamaican senior who shares a date in common with the late great reggae superstar Bob Marley. It's time for part 1 of another living odyssey with Curlin Brown.
Living the life defies time and laws.
Somewhere in Wallingford, St. Mary, which is 3 miles from Guy's Hill, also in that parish, 20 miles from Linciden, St. Catherine, and 64 miles from capital Kingston, Evelyn Maud Williams was counting down to her 98th birthday on February 6.
If you come in this district, you can ask for Evelyn, you won't find me. Ask for Mommy. I born in St. Mary, up the Koi. I have 8 kids. 8. 5 boys and 3 girls.
Were you a single parent? Did you raise your children single-handedly, or were you married?
I was married, but after a while, it just broke away. And I'll be responsible for my children, then raise them by myself. Domestic work, craft work, take school them, feed them. And independent. You know jerk father?
No. Oh,
you don't know the jerk father then?
She says she was never ashamed to carry manure on top of her head, spreading fertilizer and doing other jobs, although it was away from her children. But her weekends were theirs.
After I work. I say, Lord Jesus, it's hard for me. Hard, you know, for housework. And I went to a lady one evening. I said, you can do, make me do the craft work. She teach me. He said, come work like a real and bring the needle. And I can't sew the purse, pin box. I don't